everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's your host, Arlette, and we are here today with Jeremiah and Shana. Welcome, y'all. How we feeling?
Feeling good.
Feeling good.
Okay. We got big old smiles. I like that. So we had you all on episode 19 of Pop the Balloon or Find Love, where you guys ended up matching. Okay, so is it going to be a yes for you for
Yes.
And is it a yes for you for her?
Of course. 100%.
We got a match! I'll take this. Yes. And you guys can go on up. Let's give it up for them, y'all. All right. So, obviously, on your episode of episode 19, people had quite a lot to say, as we saw in the comments. Shana, we'll start with you. So, a lot of the comments, they were all calling you purple dress, by the way. Everybody was like, purple dress.
I was wearing pink.
For some reason it looked purple a little bit. Yeah, so everybody was like, purple dress, doesn't want to take accountability, and whatever it may be. How did you feel about reading those comments and talk us through the moment when you were in there getting asked these questions and whatever it was?
Okay, so when I came to set, I honestly didn't think I was going to match with anyone. Okay. I walked on set and I seen all these gorgeous women there. Episode 19, I'm not sure if y'all remember the lineup, but these girls were gorgeous.
Yes, they were.
So I said, I'll just come for the experience. I'll come and have fun. If you guys remember the episode, I was laughing and giggling the whole time. Uh-huh. And I was asked a few questions, and which I didn't answer. And honestly, watching that episode and reading the comments, they were brutal. But I do understand why so many people are upset. That I do understand. Coming from my point of view, which is something I learned major being on the show, and I was speaking to Jeremiah about it, is I live like a private life for the most part. And one of my biggest mistakes was coming on a public show trying to be so private. And I learned major, that was a big no.
Yeah.
Which is why I didn't answer some of the questions. If I could go back and redo it, which I can't, it's already done.
Right, exactly.
But growing from this experience, I would have answered. Even if I didn't want to, I should have given an explanation.
Okay.
So I did learn that. And after the show, when I was reading the comments, I did call Jeremiah, and I said, "Do you want me to answer the question?" Which he did say yes to. And I said, the show apart. Let's put the show aside, just me and you. Do you want to know the answer to this question that he had asked? Because he had asked me something that I did wrong and something that my ex did wrong in our past relationship. And I did answer the question to Jeremiah. So,
okay.
Yeah. I really didn't feel so safe in a space full of strangers to let that part of me out. And what I could have told Jeremiah was, we can have this conversation off camera, which we did, Yeah. So I learned from that experience that if you're going to go on this show and you think you live a private life, don't do it. Right. Or don't come on this show and not answer questions.
Try to be private, yeah.
People will come for you. And people said so much like, I've cheated in the past, which I never have, or I don't take accountability, which I do take a lot of accountability. And I have people in my circle who do keep me accountable too,
That's good.
So I am an accountable person, but I can say my biggest mistake, one of the few that I made on the show, was not answering that, and I should have answered it. And one more thing that I did do wrong, which I told Jeremiah too, is I shouldn't have popped. I should have given him the opportunity, if I didn't answer the question, to pop, because I popped before, as soon as he answered the question. So I know I said a lot. So I grew from the experience. I've learned a lot. So yeah.
Okay, that's good. So look at that, y'all. She's taking accountability now. She came out right out the gate, ready to take accountability. They can't come for you now. We'll see. We don't know about the internet. We never know. So Jeremiah,
yes.
Obviously, like she said, she ended up popping on you initially.
Right.
However, that didn't deter you. When she got that balloon back, you were still ready to match. Why so?
Yeah. So I believe in second chances sometimes.
Okay.
But I saw Shana. I'm like, wow, she's very beautiful, and I'm like, let me just give her a second chance. You never know.
Exactly.
Because when you give a second chance to some people, they end up surprising you and end up being the one. But we can kind of speak on how things went after the fact.
Okay, well, that's a good segue. Yeah. Let's jump right into it then. So, since you guys ended up matching, have you gone on a date? Have you hung out?
Kind of.
Uh-oh. Tell me about it.
So after the show, we, us and Julius and JoJo, we all went on a double date. I think I think they may have mentioned it.
They did.
In the past follow-up show. So after that, we had a very good night. It was very fun at the hookah lounge. After that,
No hookah was done.
yeah, I was like, wait, why are we at a hookah lounge and we're not smoking hookah? But after the hookah lounge and after the show, we talked here and there, we texted here and there, but honestly, I don't know if you want me to say anything, but at the end of it, we were like, maybe things didn't work out the way that they were supposed to be. But in the end, we ended up being very amicable.
Okay.
And we are still single.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so Shana, what happened?
Okay, so to kind of repeat what he said, so once we left the show, we went on a double date with Julius and JoJo. Shout out to them. I saw that they're doing great. We had an incredible night. I'm glad I didn't match with Jeremiah that night. You know, we were just giggling the whole night. And then we ended up that night, I'm not sure if you remembered, we had watched a previous episode of Pop the Balloon in the car. And we were like, this is how people are going to like roast us, you know? So we did have a good first date. But after our first date, we kind of
Yeah.
Fizzled out.
a little bit. I still think very highly of Jeremiah, but we just didn't work out. I live on the East Coast. He lives on the West Coast, which I think is kind of a big reason why we didn't work out as much too.
Okay.
There's a few other things, but one of the main reasons, in my opinion.
So initially, when we matched, she said that she lived in Florida, and I was initially okay with that because I'm like, okay, we can kind of work something out.
Yeah.
I can book a flight, go see her. She can book a flight and come see me. But as things went on, I'm like, okay, really not feeling that the spark wasn't there, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So
And this was how soon after you?
this was about maybe like a week ago.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Oh boy.
Jump right in.
You want to go first?
I can go first.
Go ahead.
So since we stayed, it was going to be long distance. One of the reasons that, in my opinion, I know Jeremiah said he didn't feel a spark, you know, which I respect. You know, I still think he's very attractive. I know he thinks the same about me. But it was Jeremiah's lack of communication. I barely heard from Jeremiah after the show. You know, he would text me here and there. And one thing I do appreciate about him is he knew I got a lot of backlash from our episode, and he was texting me to check up on me. I do appreciate you doing that. But other than that, there was really no communication between us, like no calls, no FaceTime. So it kind of just let me know that he wasn't really interested. And that's how I took it. So yeah.
Like would you like message him and you wouldn't hear anything back, or?
No, he would text me back, or he would text me, or I would text him. But it was very like short conversations. Like it wasn't really getting to know me, or it was just like, hey, how are you kind of thing, and that was it. Like it was nothing. Like we had 2 phone conversations. I was telling to BM, which is your husband.
Yeah.
We had 2 phone conversations since the show, and I'm the one who initiated both of the conversations. So, you know, his actions just showed a lot that he wasn't like, you know, it's not something he was feeling, which, you know, I was fine with. I told him after the show, you know, if this is something you want to pursue, just let me know. If not, let me know too. I'm cool either way. So, yeah, his action just told me that he really wasn't interested, and I was fine with that. So, yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Uh-oh.
That's very interesting.
What's your perspective on it?
So we did have a conversation offline about the distance and me trying to come out to go see her. We had a conversation about me just flying out. And when I was actually in the process of booking a flight to go see Shana, she said no.
I did say no.
So when
So how soon after the show, after you guys matched, when was this?
this was about a week after the show.
Oh.
It wasn't a week after the show.
Okay, a week and
It
2
was
days.
No, it was probably 3 weeks after the show. It was when BM reached out to me to do our catch-up episode, and I reached out to you and said, hey, BM wants to do our catch-up. You're like, well, I haven't even gotten a chance to get to know you. Let me come out to Florida. And that's when I said, you know, I would much rather you have gotten to know me first, you know, through call, through text, you know, than for you just to fly to Florida. Because what if we weren't even compatible, you know? So that's why I didn't say no, like it's a no, do not come and see me. It was a no, I'd rather you have gotten the time to know me first, which I feel like you really didn't do.
Yeah, no, I really get that. So the way that I think that you get to kind of know a person a little bit better is to actually see them in person, see them in the flesh.
Okay.
Right? To see that look at their body language, look at how they're speaking, and you actually get to see the physical person. And even if things didn't work out, I can go to Disney World. It's in Orlando.
And I understand that, Jeremiah, but still, no effort was put in at all prior to you saying, hey, I want to come see you. You know, if we were to do this. We were going to be long distance regardless. So call and text and FaceTime was all we had. And you didn't even give that to me. So when you said, hey, I want to come see you, I was like, come see me for what? This man has not showed interest for the past few weeks. And now all of a sudden he wants to hop on a plane and come to Florida. So that's why I said no.
So, wanting to go see someone in person is quite literally the action of trying to get to know them. I'm more of an in-person person. Texting, calling, FaceTiming is okay, but I'd rather see you in the flesh. I'd rather be able to hug you in person, really get to know you, and possibly meet your friends. But you really can't do a lot of that over texting and calling. Okay. So that was my point. I'm trying to come out there here.
Have you ever had a long distance relationship or fling, whatever it is, beforehand?
Yeah, yes, I have.
Okay.
And it's been a consistent, like, me coming out there, that person coming out to wherever I'm at. And it worked out for quite a long time. But eventually there comes a point where one person or the other has to eventually relocate to the same city as the other person. And those past relationships didn't reach that point.
Okay. So now between the visits where you would go over there or they would come to you, how was the communication?
Oh, it was excellent.
Oh.
So after the initial visit, I typically can kind of gauge a person, whether that's going to be a potential relationship or not. So the purpose of a physical trip is twofold. So it's to get to know the person and then figure out if this person could be a potential relationship in the future.
Okay, so it sounds like you guys have like different ways of how you want to start off a relationship.
Yeah, and we didn't both realize that until we were both like, yeah, no. You know, it's speaking to him after the fact. He's like, this is what I want to do. Well, I'm like, I prefer you gotten to know me first, you know, because if we're long distance, all we have is call, text, and FaceTime. And he's like, no, I want to see you. And so, you know.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
And then so did you guys ever have this conversation before, or it was just kind of like, that's it, we're done?
Wow, she looks at me like that. So we kind of had this type of conversation, but it was nothing that was like set in stone to where like, okay, this is how you like to know a person. This is how I like to know a person. Let's see if there is some way we can meet in the middle to where we can kind of compromise and make it work on both ends. Okay.
Which we should have done.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
And that's failure on both of our ends that we kind of didn't communicate how we wanted to do that. You know, so I think we both dropped the ball.
Yeah,
on that aspect.
Taking accountability for that.
Yeah.
Look at you, just all accountability today.
I know the word accountability is plastered on my head.
Man. Okay. All right, guys. So where are we today? What's going on? Is he booking a flight?
He is not.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We both agreed to just let this be what it was. I appreciate meeting Jeremiah, the whole experience. Although it was kind of tough. But he's a great guy. I have nothing bad to say about him to this day. So yeah.
Yeah, no, Shana is a very beautiful woman. She has perfect wifey traits, guys. And
I do like this.
and if you're in the Florida area, definitely check her out.
Okay.
But overall, she's a great woman. She has been great through this process, and you never know, you might see one of us again.
You'll see Jeremiah again if you're in Vegas. And I told him this personally off camera. I said, you know, for the right woman and the woman that Jeremiah wants, he will be an incredible partner. I believe that. So good luck to him.
No, good luck to you.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, friend.
Well, oh God, not the emphasis on friend. Okay. Well, you know, just to wrap things up, any projects or any final thoughts, anything we can be on the lookout from either one of you?
No. Well, I do have a YouTube channel. I'm not sure. I don't want to.
No, go ahead.
Shout it out.
Put yourself out there.
Yeah, I wasn't sure this is your platform. I didn't want to put it out there. But I do have a YouTube channle called Tripping with Jay. And it's just me traveling to different countries and putting it out as a travel vlog for the most part. Yeah.
Very cool. We'll be checking it out.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Shana?
I don't have anything, but I could just say Jesus loves you. Give your life to Christ. He's the best. Amen.
All right. Well, thank you both for coming on today. I really do appreciate your time. And I wish you both, honestly, the best.
Thank you.
Of course. And thank you, everyone at home, for tuning in. We will catch y'all next time.